Good morning all. Today we are in Matale. Uh, this place is called Nalanda Gedige. In English, Gedige translate into stone edifice. So this Nalanda Gedige is located in a very strategic location, and people believe this is the center of Sri Lanka. And this is the path that goes towards the Nalanda Gedige. This had been built in between 8th and 10th century and has some South Indian, especially the Pallava influence in terms of the architecture. However, there has been very little research done into this. So they haven't still been able to uncover quite a lot of details as to the real purpose behind this or who built it. Bordering the Nalanda Gedige is the Vajrayana reservoir. It's one of the beautiful reservoirs in Sri Lanka, and located close to this place is also the Nalanda reservoir, where this place is called, entire village is called Nalanda. Right, let's walk towards the Gedige and do a couple more videos and see how beautiful this place is. Right, let's see you all. Okay, now we have come very close to this Nalanda Gedige. You can see this is a very beautiful architectural design. As I kept telling you, this has some characteristics taken from the South Indian architectural designs, especially the Pallava era. Once again, this had been built in between 10th and 12th centuries. So if we were to judge the age, it's about between 800 and 1000 years old, which is very old but very beautiful creature. You can see that's creation rather. And also the place now you are seeing, this Nalanda Gedige or Nalanda edifice, had been flooded and been underwater. So the archaeology department, those brave workers, they had taken this entire structure off one stone at a time, replace it and raise this foundation so that it won't be flooded because of the flooding in Vajrayana reservoir, and rebuilt it. I just can't imagine what an engineering marvel they had done, because to take off this one rock at a time and replace it exactly the same way it had been, that's a genius, genuine plan. So the credit should go to our archaeology department and their workers for doing that and trying to preserve it for the future. Therefore, if you are coming here, make sure you respect this place and keep it safe. This is the Nalanda Gedige up close. You can see the beautiful stone carvings and those beautiful stone slabs with plenty of beautiful artwork had been placed on top. This is absolutely breathtaking. There's also a stupa and a bow tree very close by. That is a signal this had been definitely a Buddhist, probably a monastery, but it had been done with a bit of Hindu Indian influence. That's the reason for this particular Gedige architectural design. This is the Nalanda Gedige and the stupa. We are still yet to see this from the front view. You can see this is the stupa right in front of me. To my right is Nalanda Gedige. You can see this place is well maintained by the archaeology department. I met the caretaker officer today, and he said it's so difficult to keep this place nice and clean because so many local tourists misuse this place and they litter and leave so much garbage. So he said it's a lot of work and tough job to keep this place and protect it for the future. It was quite sad because it's the local Sri Lankan people who do this. Because I witnessed the same thing in Ladakh. It's the Indians who destroy the nature in Ladakh more than the foreigners. I think it's the same story in Sri Lanka too. It's our own people who have no value for these things, come here just for fun and then leave whatever they ate, polythene and all the garbage behind, destroying these places, not leaving it safe and beautiful for the future generations. My question to you is, are you one of those? This is the stupa and Nalanda Gedige from the front. You can see there are steps built in so that people could go in and worship the stupa. You can also see the front side of the Nalanda Gedige on this side. Looks absolutely breathtaking. As we video, there are a couple of tourists also in the site, and it's quite warming to see that they too follow the typical Buddhist traditions and leave their shoes, remove their hats and worship these people just like the Buddhists do. So it's quite fascinating to see that these people respect our tradition, respect our culture and the religion. But it's also sad to say at the same time that our own people, our own Sri Lankans, don't seem to do that. I think we have a lot to learn from these foreigners in terms of respecting our own religion, culture and heritage. Well folks, we are about few light years behind right now in terms of protecting and safeguarding this. We'll go and see some more from the other side too. This is the Nalanda Gedige and the stupa and the bow tree. You can see the stupa and the Nalanda Gedige especially from the front. I was just listening to one of these archaeological officers explaining to a group of people the history and how the Nalanda Gedige came about and all these very interesting stories. Unfortunately, they were all in Sinhala, so I'm sure they'll be really useful for our Sri Lankan fans. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to translate that into English because that was almost 8.5 minutes in length. But in summary, this Nalanda Gedige is considered the very center point of Sri Lanka, and this had been built here between 8th and 10th century. So apparently 1000 to 1350 years ago. It's not 100% verified though, and this had been 27 feet below the level you are seeing now because of the Bovatana reservoir adjoining Bovatana reservoir. It had been threatened with floods, so the archaeological department had taken this one piece by one piece and raised the platform by 27 feet and rebuilt it as it was. So that had been started in 1972 and completed in 1985 after 13 years of hard labor and so much precision, because it's not easy to replicate what something has been done more than a millennium ago. But thankfully our archaeological department had pulled a miracle. And let me zoom in and show you. I will also show you the interior. The other important thing is this is the only place where you can worship Theravada Buddhism, Mahayana Buddhism and Hinduism, all three inside the same temple, which is also a remarkable feature, one and only place in Sri Lanka, probably the entire world. Excellent and very, very impressive. This is the view from the front of the Gedige, right in front. Let's go in and see what we can find. You can see there's this dragon sort of entrance into this, and then we have this stone archway that leads into the Gedige. That's the main image house with a standing Buddha statue, and you can also see these stone pillars on either side. In Polonnaru, if you had visited, you can see such pillars in Nishankalata mandapa, but they are more lean and artistic. So this is the main Nalanda Gedige image house. You can see that's the entrance, the view from the entrance, looking absolutely breathtaking. While I was here, there were lots of people from different ethnic groups, but it's sad to see some of the other ethnic groups, other religious groups, don't pay respect to these Buddhist monasteries, Buddhist religious sites. They tend to walk into these with their shoes on, caps on, try to take pictures, facing their backs towards those Buddha statues. It's such a shame. I don't know if they're doing it deliberately or whether they haven't been taught that that's something we need to fix real quick. Otherwise that will lead to a lot of problems in the future. And this is the main image house and the Buddha statue. I think you can see it now. You can see there is one, a broken one to the left. Right, so this is the time to end our journey to Nalanda Gedige, which is looking absolutely breathtaking. Remember, throughout the journey, I wanted to emphasize the fact that we need to do a lot more to protect these places and help preserve it, give it the due respect they need. So therefore, please help protect them for the future and do everything you can within your power to help safeguard these places. This is Sri signing off from Nalanda Gedige. Hope to see you in once again in another such journey. Right, well, keep traveling, stay safe, but remember the golden rule: we must do everything possible to protect our country, protect our heritage and protect our environment. Alright, this is Sri once again. Shadio from Nalanda Gedige.